up to 45 minutes, it starts building and building.
Stimulation.
And building.
That's a stimulant.
That's gonna stimulate and building.
You feel my energy.
Energy and building. Crazy.
Energy, homie.
Energy and building.
Stimulation.
And building.
That's a stimulant.
That's gonna stimulate and building.
You feel my energy.
Energy and building. And I am stim the heck up, homeboy. What up? What up? It's Garage Gym Homie, baby, and today we are doing a huge review, man. This is colossal. Today we are reviewing huge supplements, wrecked pre-workout. Is it worth it? Before we get into this here, please click the subscribe button. I got huge content coming out all the dang time for you, man. So click subscribe. And let's get into this. God bless all of you, man. I hope you're feeling amazing, living from the heart, staying out of your head. I'm living from the heart, homie. I came to Florida, and I'm leaving engaged. What can I say, man? A huge engagement, man. Not just a little engagement. This is a huge engagement. And I put a ring on it, right?
Yes.
That's right.
Happiest day of my life.
It's not the happiest day of your life. Come on, dude. You got 2 kids. That giving
Okay, well, still, with you, it's the happiest.
marrying her is a better day than her having those 2 little ratty kids, apparently. Listen, let's get into this, homie. Huge supplements. God bless their souls, and God bless yours, man. This is the 3rd version, I believe, of huge supplements, wrecked. And the homies out there have been my day one homies. They've stuck with the GGH channel from the start. This is a big fat tub of pre-workout, man. A huge tub. And I'm gonna give you the pros and the cons, man. Everything in life has pros and cons. Did they I'm out here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, man. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, man. Just trained over at Titan Gym, and I'm feeling tight, homie. So let's get into this, man. This is a watermelon flavor, and I think the other one I have is a blue raz. They are talking facts. I'm going to talk a little bit about the difference, but you know, I try and review when there's a new version of a pre-workout. I try and just review it as its own thing, as opposed to spend the whole time talking about the difference. I'll give you a little bit of that, but let's get into this, man. Supplement facts. They're doing this 1 scoop, 2 scoop, redfish, bluefish. I would only use this at 2 scoops. And 2 scoops is 37.4 grams. And for me, 2 level scoops was 35 grams. So you got to use the scale. And this is what they're giving us, man. Sodium, 500 milligrams. That's for the muscle contraction, the hydration, and the some pumps. And then you got L-citrulline, 10 grams, homie. Pure citrulline, 10 grams. And this is a watermelon. I just want to say, this thing tasted just like watermelon. The flavoring, huge supplements always has top-notch flavors. I know their manufacturer, very good flavoring system, man. Tastes like a straight-up watermelon. And for a 38-gram scoop, wasn't even heavy on the stomach, man. Beta-alanine, 6.4 grams. You got to feel the betas to be an alpha. That's the double clinical efficacious dose, man. We out here in Florida. Ron DeSantis, man, he's shutting down all that nonsense, all that Fauci Jr. trash, man. We ain't weak out here, homie. Had to dust off the weights for the fine folks of Florida, man. 6.4 grams. You got to feel the beta. Betas, double the betas, man. And these betas ain't no punk. Then you got betaine anhydrous. 5 grams, homie. That's for the power output. L-tyrosine, 5 grams. Man, this stuff is maxed the heck out. They are not playing games. Taurine, 3 grams. Agmatine sulfate, 1,500 milligrams. Alpha GPC, that gets you focused in, dialed in, thinking about the weights, forgetting about your Tinder dates, homie. No more Tinder dates for me, man. Stephanie put a kibosh on it, man. She shut it down, man. Right? Yeah. She shut it down. No more left swipes, no more right swipes.
No more.
No more swipes. I'm done, homie. I gotta deactivate my profile later. A few more swipes, though, I'll get in first. All right, man, 300 caffeine anhydrous. That's a nice amount of caffeine. That's a stimulant, homie. That's gonna stimulate. Then you got theobromine hydrochloride, 98%, 200 milligrams. That's a cousin to caffeine. That's gonna pair well with the caffeine to give you that mood elevation, kind of sense of well-being. Then you got dicaffeine, 100 milligrams, which gives you 75 milligrams of caffeine, total of 375 milligrams of caffeine. Nice amount, man. Is this a Stim Junkie pre? Is this a Stim Junkie daily pre? Or is this a daily pre? We're gonna find out here, homie. Then you got Bioprene, 10 milligrams to help absorb, and Rewolfia vomitoria, 98% alpha-yo, 1 milligram, and Huperzine A. So you got that alpha-yo, homie. Then you got the Huperzine A, 300 micrograms, some more focus. So you got that alpha GPC Huperzine mix. And look, man, this is a loaded hitter. They're giving you the whole freaking package, minus the creatine, for what I would say is one of the most loaded daily drivers on the freaking market. I would say this is a pre you could take 4 to 5 days a week, and it doesn't feel unhealthy. So I took the drink. I came down to the dance floor. Let me show you right here, man. Titan Gym right here in Fort Lauderdale. They even have a picture of me, man, hanging on the dang wall, which is pretty crazy. So this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say about this. So the difference between this, they got rid of the glycerol, which I really like, because I'm sure they had clumping issues like everyone else is getting rid of glycerol for the most part. A lot of people getting rid of glycerol because it's just a pain to use for a lot of companies, especially when they do large runs, and then they end up with a whole bunch of tubs that are clumped up. They got rid of the Urea genesis. I'm guessing they want to appeal to Amazon or whoever to be more compliant. So that was really one of the nice things about the previous version, the Urea, which contributes to the head high. They're keeping the Urea apparently in the Rectin Rage, so you can cry about that. Look, man, it all comes down to the experience. Obviously, the Urea was a nice part of Rec, and they kept the alpha-yo, and everything else is really upgraded by a lot as far as the entire package goes. The only downgrade is getting rid of the Urea, and everything else to me is an upgrade. Okay, that's the one downgrade, is the Urea genesis. All right, man, so this is what I'm gonna say. This feels like the highest end daily driver you can get right before Stim Junkie Daily. It feels like a freaking sick, loaded, regular use pre. As I said, a 5-day-a-week hitter. The star of the show with this is the consistent energy, the focus, the endurance, and the freaking insane, I'm talking insane, extraterrestrial pumpage. The pumpage is probably the star of the show with this. I like that they got rid of the glycerol. I'm not a huge fan of that water pump. This is that tight, dry, crazy vascular pump where you look crazy in the mirror. The energy is not blow your head off. It's not even Stim Junkie Daily. It's daily driver, high-end daily driver energy. You have no negative side effects from this pre. You have no negative side effects from the alpha-yo. You won't even know the alpha-yo is in here, which is a good thing for a lot of people who don't like alpha-yo. It's just enough to contribute to the physical energy sense of urgency. The betas, there's, you see 6.4 grams. They don't blow your head off, which is good. Like, you're not like uncomfortable. It has a decent sense of urgency. And the betas last pretty much for 40 minutes, man, where you want to take your hat off, and I'm itching my bald head. And the pumps kick in like 10, 12 minutes, and you just have a nasty look in the mirror. You feel strong on it. The energy is nothing crazy. There's nothing to be scared of with it. I wouldn't take less than the 2 scoops. The energy is consistent. It's steady. It doesn't feel unhealthy. And I found myself, surprisingly, with a high heart rate through my training, but it doesn't feel like it. So that 1 milligram of alpha yo probably contributes to keeping the heart rate up where you're burning more calories. I had an easy time pumping iron with nasty pump, doing cardio after, and then it just kind of dies off. And there's that kind of alpha yo nootropic feeling. No negative side effects from the alpha yo. It's just enough to kind of tell there's that nootropic appeal to it with the alpha yo and the alpha GPC and whatever. You're not high. You're not like stimmed up on it. You just have good, freaking solid energy. You're energized enough to have a savage, it's a bodybuilding training it's a 38 gram scoop, homie. So the boy is freaking loaded with the sickest pumps. But the energy out of the 3 recs I reviewed, I would say it's a little better than the last rec, but it's not as good as the very first version as far as the energy goes. It's solid. It's a solid loaded freaking daily, dude. Like a 5-day-a-week solid hitter with just sick. You feel strong, you feel good endurance, and you feel just enough energy to get you through. But it's not a stim junkie pre, and it's not blow your head off. It's not over the top, but in all the categories except the energy, it's over the top with the pumps and the strength and the endurance. You feel like a serious iron pumper on it. So everything's got pros and cons. It's not as much of a stim junkie pre as the others. It doesn't have like really mood elevation, but it has more focus. So there's a lot of focus. Not much mood elevation at all. Just focus and a sort of a sense of well-being, and that's it. You don't feel really stimmed up or anything like that. It's just a solid, loaded daily driver that has the whole freaking package. That's what I got, man. It's a real bodybuilder's pre. It's good. You definitely could tell the difference without the Araya, but they made up for it with the pump, the dry pump that I really like, the vascularity, the endurance, the strength, and everything else kind of fills in the gaps. So that's what I got, man. I'll link below where to get it if you want it. God bless all of you. Together, let's get this dang muscle. I'm out.